We will have a silent prayer for 1 minute and then start the session. All of you start praying for 1 minute the way how you are being taught. Thank you. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Welcome to this session, my dear children, dear parents, and my beloved teachers. What are we going to discuss today? There are issues in the society. There are issues in the community which is very, very dangerous, unwanted, and alarming problem of this society. That is what we are going to address about. We are planning to have this session once in a month. Okay, 1 hour or 2 hours. When you start coming to school, we will be having it in the school, in the atrium. So we are addressing about self-confidence, confidence in life. We are addressing issues related to self-confidence, emotional quotient. We are going to deal all those things in a series of this webinar. Madam, we have self-confidence. Why do we need this? You may have self-confidence. You may lack in certain areas. When you complete this webinar, at the end of the webinar, you may learn so many things, or you may teach so many things. Right? So, understand confidence. Host, are you muting everybody? So how are we going to learn what is confidence? Like this, you are talking to your parents, right? Is that confident? No, that is not confident. You're not confident. That's not confidence. You are arrogant. That is ego. There is a difference between ego and confidence. When you have confidence, it is fearless. You will not have any fear. When you have ego, that is full of fear. That is the difference. You have fear and then you speak strong, that is ego. You don't have fear and you speak bold, it is confidence. How do we differentiate these two? We will learn in these courses. Why should we learn? Because we need to live as a good human being. Right? Now, host, can you please put the video one?
Okay, ma'am.
Watch this video, we will come back. Sure. Meanwhile, I understand and I hope You all have completed the pre-homework. Those who did not complete are supposed to complete it. I congratulate Jennifer ma'am and her students, 9th grade. Your homework, and I really loved it. 9th grade, I'm proud of you. Good job done. Yeah, share the video, madam. Voice is not heard.
Identical twins are unique. Everyone has different bodies, cultures, religions, styles, skills, and abilities. Comparing yourself to people who are different in all those ways is exhausting because you'll never be exactly the same. So instead of focusing on other people, why not figure out what you can do and focus on being the best version of yourself possible? Confidence. It's a word
Madam,
you probably
I
hear
can
a
hear
lot.
the audio, but not
But
the
what
video.
does it mean?
Host.
Confidence is believing in yourself and your abilities. When you are confident, it means that you recognize the things you are good at and are happy to give new things a go.
Host, please switch it
Having
off.
good self-esteem is a big part of being confident.
No, we are not starting the video.
Wi-Fi server stop.
Okay. Whenever you are ready, play the video, Shobana madam. Now it is killing our time. Am I audible? Shobana madam?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am.
Thank you. Now, you let me know when you are ready, then you can play the video. Until then, let me go ahead.
Okay, ma'am.
There are few things which always play a major role to lose our confidence. Why some of them are very confident and some of them are not at all? The major factors. Can somebody express or somebody tell me from the students community what could be the major factor for losing confidence? You can unmute and speak. Please allow the students first. Or you can message. Either you can speak or message. You can't unmute. Okay, you can message. People have
Negative thought.
Negative talks. Okay. Fear and shy. Okay. Why do we have fear and shy? Negative thoughts. Okay. People feel helpless because of the pandemic. Oh, that is different. That has nothing to do with self-confidence. Fear and no support. Okay. No support. Yes. Negative thoughts. Yes. Where is this negative thought coming from? Disappointment, being made of fun. Okay. Lack of self-esteem. Yeah. Why? Thought like it was, we are wrong. Okay. Ashamed. Okay. Afraid. Okay. Yeah. Afraid. Fear and shy. Okay. Scared. Okay. Right. Holding back emotions. Okay. Good one. Not confident on yourself. Less information. Not confident of yourself. Fear, afraid, and emotions. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now listen. I'm happy to nervous. Yes. Nervous is one of the major answer. Not being how they are. Good. Humiliated. Correct. Using bad words. Correct. We have a fear on something or the other. Fear or being humiliated. Yes. When I was young, maybe 6, 7, 8 or 9, even 10th class, failure. Okay, thank you. My major fear was somebody speaking bad words. So I'm being taught using bad words is wrong, and somebody is using bad words in front of me, it really shakes me. Used to. And if somebody raises their voice and speak, I shatter completely. That used to be me. Fine. Why somebody raises their voice and you shatter? Is because they are raising the voice to win over you. They are raising the voice to make you feel weak. I am raising my voice for two reasons. I am means not I, anybody for that matter, any adult. One is, you better listen to me, is one message. Second is, I have no other go. I cannot use a soft language to you. I fail to use a soft language to you. You will only listen this hard language, is the second. Right? Major, for all the reasons you have jotted down, students, only one factor which determines majorly is judgment. How people judge us is a major fear. Oh, will this person call me a madman? Will this person calls me a good man? Should I do this? Should I do that? What will they think? What will these people think? What will those people think? I'll tell you something. Let them think what they want to think. You do the right thing. Right? One of the bestest, finest qualities I learned from my husband is you should never think what others think. Always think what is correct for you, right? We always should move in this direction. Never bother about others' judgments. And we should never give judgment on others. Hey, ivana paruda, ivanukku onnume theriyadu. Hey, look at this girl is black, this girl is short, this girl is that. This body shaming makes some people shatter. Sometimes talking loud and arrogant shatters, makes you get fear. Sometimes body shaming makes you get the weakness, makes you feel weak. Sometimes the fear of how others feel about you, always projecting good about you, makes you feel weak. Now today, you will have to list out what is making you weak. Right? When you understand what is making you weak, half of the battle is won. Right? Now, think about this. What is making you weak? And watch this video. We will come back. Play the video, madam.
Okay, ma'am.
Share sound.
Confidence. It's a word you probably hear a lot, but what does it mean? Confidence is believing in yourself and your abilities. When you are confident, it means that you recognize the things you are good at and are happy to give new things a go. Having good self-esteem is a big part of being confident. Good self-esteem means you accept yourself and you feel positive about yourself, just the way you are. But sometimes it's hard to feel confident and good about yourself because we get caught up in comparing ourselves to others around us. But the thing is, everyone is completely unique. Even identical twins are unique. Everyone has different bodies, cultures, religions, styles, skills, and abilities. Comparing yourself to people who are different in all those ways is exhausting because you'll never be exactly the same as someone else. So instead of focusing on other people, why not figure out what you can do and focus on being the best version of yourself possible? One important thing to remember is that everyone is good at something. But sometimes we spend so much time focusing on why we aren't a whiz at absolutely everything that we forget this. There may have been a time when you tried something new, like a sport or a maths problem, and didn't do as well as you hoped. But every time you give something new a go, you have to remember that your first try probably won't be perfect. Things take practice, so don't be hard on yourself. When we don't do as well as we expect, we can sometimes start thinking negative things about ourselves. But instead of listening to these negative thoughts, remind yourself of all the things you are great at and your other achievements. Perhaps you're an ace at art, or really enjoy English and wrote a brilliant story. Maybe you have a knack for chess and can checkmate your opponent before they can even blink. Everyone experiences different levels of confidence. But did you know that you can train your brain to become more confident? A good way to look at confidence is to think of it as a muscle. A muscle grows when you work on it, right? Well, so does confidence. Working on your confidence every day helps to strengthen and develop it. So even though you may not feel incredibly confident, you can become confident. Here are some really simple tips to help develop your confidence. Reevaluate your goals. If you're overwhelmed by expectations to achieve, take a moment and set some realistic goals. Making small goals to reach your big final goal is the best plan, because it's easier to achieve those small goals in little steps than the big goal in one huge leap. Don't give up. When you try something new, more often than not you'll fail at first, and that's okay. It happens to everyone. It's a cycle of trying, failing, and trying again until you get there. Just don't give up. If everyone who failed on their first attempt gave up, we wouldn't have the internet, nor would we have aeroplanes, medicines, or phones. The key to success is to keep on trying. Turn the volume down on that negative self-talk. Everyone has positive and negative thoughts, but did you know that you can choose which ones to listen to? When you have negative thoughts, just let them go and listen to the ones that help you to feel positive. If you keep doing this, you'll be training your brain to be more confident. Be constructive, not destructive. Criticism comes in two ways: constructive and destructive. Bullies saying nasty things is destructive criticism. But a teacher recommending some ways you can improve at school is constructive criticism. So reject the comments that bring you down and let in all the comments that help you grow. Which leads us to the final handy tip for confidence. Believe in yourself and celebrate your differences. Nobody is the same. It's a fact of life. So why spend time trying to compare yourself to other people when you'll only ever be yourself? Find the special qualities that make you you and love them. Perhaps you could even make a list. Did you know there are some real benefits to being confident? When you're confident, you have more energy, you're happier, and you're more comfortable with yourself, which means you can enjoy yourself more. If you're confident, you'll be more willing to give things a go, which means you might discover new things you really enjoy. So next time you're experiencing negative thoughts about yourself or hearing destructive criticism, let them pass like clouds in the sky. And remember the things you're good at and the wonderful characteristics that make you unique and irreplaceable.
Thank you so much. Was this video useful, my dear students? Was this video useful? Am I audible? Yes, it was. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There are a few things which I would like to share again. We don't need to get examples from any foreign country. We being Indians, we have our own rich and very extremely great tradition and people who lived with that values in our own families. We just need to look into them, our own people, and we just need to learn from. That's it. For example, whenever I had a very tough time or a hectic time, I always think about my grandmother. My grandmother lived till 90 years and she just passed away 5 years before. When she was 24, she lost her husband. My tata was passed away. He was a military man. Tata was passed away. She had 3 children. And the amount of courage in those days, she had to raise them, educate them, good education, make them get a good government job, make them get married to good husbands, rearing her children's children, that is her grandchildren, in the most right way. She set an example for the entire society. I sometimes think, am I having a greater problem than my grandmother? No, I never had a greater problem than my grandmother in any part of my life. If you check it with your grandparents, ask the story of their mother and father. They will tell you how hard the life was, but how smoothly they could take it. We have examples in our own families. I always think about my grandmother and I feel when my grandmother could do, I got her genes. Why can't I? I can definitely do. Right? That is how I give courage to myself. You ask your grandparents, ask the story about their mother and father. You learn the story. You get so much of courageous, victorious stories from your grandparents. Right? I'll tell you one story which is connected to this concept. There, in a forest, there was a lion. And the lion's king of the forest, right? The lion's wife, that lioness, gave birth to a younger lion. It's a cub. And for some reason, the lioness passed away immediately. And the lion had a tough time to upbring the baby. One day, when the lion went for hunting, this baby lion missed his path and joined with goats. Right? When the baby lion joined with goats, it assumed himself as goat, started gazing grass, making noise like man. All those things started happening. Thinking I am also part of this. After 1 year, the father lion found the son with the goats, walking, making noise, sleeping, everything was like goat. The father lion couldn't take it. Where is my son's originality? Why he is imitating the goats was the thing. Because this baby is with all the other goats, thinking that, seeing the other people, thinking I should behave only this way, the baby is behaving that way. That's not the fault of the baby. Then one day, when the lion cub was drinking some water, the lion just called closely and said, hey, look, I'm not going to eat you. I just want to tell you, you are not part of them. Then this cub told, no, I'm part of them. See that fellow who is standing there, he's my friend. This fellow who is standing here is also my friend. All of them treat me well. I am a part of this goat family. Don't call me like this. They are afraid that you may eat all of us. The lion said, I may eat, but not all of you. I can't eat you because you are part of me. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, the lion started talking to the cub every day for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Once, after some conversations, they became close friends. One day, the father lion called the baby and said, will you just come with me to a place where I'm calling you? And he has taken the cub to a cliff and asked the baby to look down. Don't fall, but look down. So when the cub looked down, the cub saw father and himself and said, oh my God, I look like you. And then the father asked, are you now understanding that you are not part of the goats? Are you looking in any form like a goat? The cub said, no, I'm not looking like a goat. Can you make the noise like as I make? Can you just roar? And the lion was roaring. The cub tried once, twice, and thrice, and the cub also could roar. And once the cub was roaring, the father lion was very happy and said, now where do you want to live? I want to live with you. And the father took the son along with him to his own den. What are we understanding through this story? We are all like this cub, losing our confidence, being with low self-esteem, thinking we are not part of it. When you come to know about your ancestors, your family elders' stories, you will realize that you are in the same genes, you are in the same legacy. You can become like them. Just 2 generations back, if you ask the stories, you will get great values. Right? Why can't you ask? Yes, we can change the life in this minute also, correct? Why can't we ask our parents and then the next grandparents? You can ask. They may have the greatest stories. Of course, yes. But you would have known by now. What you did not know is your family history, the legacy of your family. You ask, every family will have a great person to tell you. And you got their genes. You got the DNA, right? You must ask this. That gives you great courage. You should not copy others, but you should inherit your ancestors' great qualities in you. You should not become one like your father, one like your mother or sister, because you are a unique creature. If you have to be like your father or mother, why God created you? Right? So, what all I say is, take the values, attitudes from your elders of your family. Make your own personality. Fine. Right? Now, I'm going to tell you one more story, which is a Tamil story. Not sure how many of you follow. If you do not follow, you just message. Again, a forest. ஒரு காட்டுல ஒரு சுண்டலி இருந்தது. அந்த சுண்டலி அங்க ஒரு முனிவர், I can't understand Chakrabarti Rajshri. I can follow. Okay. அந்த சுண்டலி ஒரு முனிவர் அங்க தபஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கும்போது அவர் முன்னாடியே உட்கார்ந்து இருந்ததான். இவர் எப்ப முடிப்பார், நம்ம எப்ப ஒரு வரம் கேட்கலாம். அந்த முனிவர் தபஸ் முடிச்சு கண்ணை திறந்தோன்னு இது எதிர்த்தாப்புல இருந்தோடனே அதை பார்த்துட்டு, சுண்டலி உனக்கு ஏதாவது வேணுமா? சுண்டலி சொல்லிட்டு, எனக்கு சுண்டலியா இருக்கிறதுக்கு பயமா இருக்கு, என்னை எப்படியாவது பூனை ஆக்கிடுங்க. I will explain the story in English. Just wait, those who cannot understand. So, என்னை எப்படியாவது பூனை ஆக்கிடுங்க. ஓகே, பூனை ஆக்கிடுறேன் அப்படின்னு ஆக்கிட்டார். There was a forest in which a sage was doing a tapas. Okay, a mouse was waiting in front of the sage, thinking that once the sage opens his eyes, I can ask a boon. Once he opened his eyes, he saw the mouse and then asked, what do you want? And it said, can you please make me a cat? I'm afraid of cats. And he made this mouse as cat. Then the next day the cat came and told the sage, can you please make me a dog? I'm afraid of dogs now. And the second day he made the cat as dog. Third day the dog came and said, can you please make me a tiger? I'm afraid of tigers. He made the dog as tiger. Fourth day the tiger came and said, can you please make me a hunter? I'm afraid of this hunter. He always comes and catches me or some of my friends and keeps us in the zoo. The next day he made this tiger as hunter. The fifth day the man came and told, Mahamuni, can you please make me some animal like mouse? I just can't do this business of hunting. I'm so afraid to go near the animals, but I am bound to do this because my master is forcing. If I become like a mouse, I can bite all the nets and I can run away from anything. When you just make me a small mouse. Then the sage laughed and said, you are actually that. Okay, come back. Tathastu. He became a mouse. What did we learn from this story? You just cannot become somebody to be confident. I'll continue the story in Tamil. You need to be what you are is a moral. இந்த சுண்டலி அடுத்த நாள் பூனை ஆச்சு. பூனை அடுத்த நாள் வந்து சொல்லுது, எனக்கு வந்து பூனையா இருக்க பயமா இருக்கு. நாய் எல்லாம் வந்து என்ன மிரட்டுறாங்க. என்ன நாய் ஆக்கிடுங்க. செகண்ட் டே நாய் ஆயிடுச்சு. தேர்ட் டே நாய் வந்து சொல்லுது, எனக்கு நாயா இருக்க பயமா இருக்கு. எனி டைம் புலி அடிச்சு சாப்பிட்டுடும் என்ன. அதனால எனக்கு நாயா இருக்க வேண்டாம். என்ன புலியாக்கிடுங்க. சோ நெக்ஸ்ட் டே புலி ஆயாச்சு. அதுக்கு அடுத்த நாள் புலி வந்து என்ன சொல்லுது, எனக்கு புலியா இருக்க வேண்டாம். வேடன் வந்து என்னையும் என் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸையும் அப்பப்ப புடிச்சுன்னு போய் ஜூல போட்டுடுறான். எனக்கு வேடன் ஆக்கிடுங்க. அதுக்கு அடுத்த நாள் வேடன் வந்து என்ன சொன்னான், சாமி எனக்கு வேடனா இருக்க வேண்டாம். என்னை ஏதாவது ஒரு சுண்டலி மாதிரி ஒரு எலி ஆக்கி விட்டுருங்க. எந்த வேடனாவது வந்து இந்த மாதிரி வலை விரிச்சானா கடிச்சு கடிச்சு துப்பிட்டு நான் இடுக்குல இருந்து உள்ள கொஞ்சம் வெளியில வந்து ஹாப்பியா இருப்பேன். எனக்கு இப்படி வேடனா இருக்க வேண்டாம். பயமா இருக்கு அனிமல்ஸ் கிட்ட போறதுக்கு. அப்போ அந்த சேஜ் முனிவர் சிரிச்சுட்டு சொன்னாரா, நீ அப்படித்தான் இருந்த, அப்படியே திருப்பி ஆகிக்கும். இந்த கதையோட சாராம்சம் என்ன? என்னவா வேணா உருமாறலாம். In your life, you can be poor, you can become rich, you can be illiterate, you can become literate, you can be a person with very low self-esteem, you can become a person with high self-esteem. You can become whatever you want. The colors in your life can change into any number of shades. What is to be changed is that fear. If that mouse had no fear, it would have lived the happiest life on planet Earth. Do you all agree with me? Being happy is always important. If you are not happy at this stage, you will never be happy in your life. With what you have a mother, you have a father, you have your relatives, you have a house, you have food, you have clothes. You know how many of them are not having all these things in the planet Earth at your age? Sometimes some people look very, very great. When I was learning about Mughals in my history lesson, I felt so sorry for Akbar. I felt really sorry. Ayo, pavam, peace. He was the greatest king of India. Why did he feel so? He was just 12 years, like most of you. Had no father. Mother was sent back to her native. He was with his paternal uncle, that too a distant relative. Every day, somebody or the other was trying to kill Akbar. Through the food, they were mixing poisons and giving. Wherever he goes for education, for this, that, anything, they attempt to murder was everyday affair for Akbar when he was young. Okay, until his last breath, nobody could succeed to kill him. He had a natural death. That's a different story. He lived long and ruled long. That's a different story. But right from the age of 12 till his death, people tried to kill him from Afghanistan, from Mongolia, from China, from India. There are so many attempted murder cases were so huge. On one king, this many number of murder attempts is only Akbar, right from the age of 12. What life he would have lived? But he was the greatest king, served the country best. How can he do that? With all the death threats, how could he be so happy and lived so peacefully and made this country a great country, united the whole country? I used to wonder a lot. What problems we face is nothing in front of what problems he faced. Right? Fearlessness. Is fearlessness enough for all of us? Fearlessness alone can help us to live confident. Well, there is another story coming for you. That is in Tamil. Watch this story. Do not comment, madam, I don't follow Tamil. You can follow if you want to, but I will give you the gist in English once the story is over. Right? Listen to this story. All this series, what I'm doing is for you to be confident at Rishis. At Rishis, you can become an IITN, you can become an IAS, doctor, engineer, whatever you want to become, whatever is your passion, you can become that. Right? But how does we make a difference, a Rishian and others, is when you are a Rishian, you should not lose your confidence in your life. Which means once a child studied in Rishis, this child should be fit for survival in any part of the planet of the earth. You throw Rishi into any part of the world, the child can survive. That should be the basement you should get at Rishis. I could see so many students because of NEET, because of 10th, because of 12th, in the college, for whatever stress, whatever problem, NEET examination, engineering examination, or 10th fail, 12th fail, committing suicides. Nothing is the end of the life. And none of us know what is the end of the life, to be very frank, even the adults. Some people are living 120 years, some people are dying at 50. We do not know what is the end of life. Humankind did not know till date, to be very frank. So live the life fullest, with confidence, without fear. Is fear alone is the thing to conquer? Just watch this story. I will come back.
கம்பீரமா அதனுடைய எல்லையை தன் கட்டுப்பாட்டுக்குள் வச்சிருந்துச்சு. அப்போ அதே காட்டில் இருந்த சில மிருகங்கள் அந்த சிங்கத்து மேல கொஞ்சம் பொறாமை கொண்டு ஒரு கூட்டம் கூடி பேச ஆரம்பித்தது. என்ன பேசிச்சுன்னா, அது என்ன எப்போதும் இந்த சிங்கம் மட்டும் தான் இந்த காட்டுக்கு ராஜாவா இருக்கணுமா? இது என்ன, இது எழுதப்படாத சட்டமா? இத உடனே உடைச்சே ஆகணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இந்த விலங்குகள் எல்லாம் பேசிட்டு இருந்துச்சு. அப்போ அங்க இருந்த நரி சொல்லுது, சிங்கம் ஏன் காட்டுக்கு ராஜானா அது மிகவும் பலம் வாய்ந்த ஒரு மிருகம், அதனாலதான் எப்பயுமே சிங்கம் காட்டுக்கு ராஜாவா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுது. அதை கேட்டுட்டு இருந்த புலி, என்ன சிங்கம் பலம் வாய்ந்ததா? நான் சிங்கத்தை விட எடையும் உயரமும் சண்டையிடும் திறனும் எனக்கு சிங்கத்தை விட 2 மடங்கு இருக்கு, அதனால நான் சிங்கத்தை விட பலமானவன் என சொல்லி முடிச்சுச்சு. அதை கேட்டுட்டு இருந்த நீர் யானை, அப்படி பார்த்தா நான் உங்க 2 பேரையும் விட, அதாவது சிங்கம் புலி, உங்க இருவரை விட நான் அதிக எடையையும் அதிக உயரத்தையும் கொண்டிருக்கிறேன். அதே போல என் வாயை பெரியதாக திறக்க முடியும். அப்படி திறந்து நான் சிங்கத்தை கடித்தால் சிங்கம் நொறுங்கிவிடும். அப்படி பார்த்தால் நான் தான் சிங்கத்தை விட பலமானவன் என நீர் யானை சொல்லுது. அதை கேட்டுட்டு இருந்த காண்டாமிருகம், அப்படி பார்த்தால் நானும் நீர் யானைக்கு சமமான எடையையும் உயரத்தையும் கொண்டிருப்பதோடு எல்லாரையும் விட அதிகப்படியாக எனக்கு ஒரு கொம்பு இருக்கு. அந்த கொம்பை பயன்படுத்தி சிங்கத்தை குத்தி கிழித்து விடலாம். அதனால் நான் தான் சிங்கத்தை விட பலமானவன் என சொல்லி முடிக்குது. இதை அமைதியாக கேட்டுட்டு இருந்த ஒட்டகச்சிவிங்கி அங்க வந்து சொல்லுது, என் உயரத்தை நீங்க பாத்தீங்களா? என்ன சிங்கம் தாக்கவே முடியாது. அப்படியே என்ன தாக்க வந்தா நான் உதைக்கும் உதையில் சிங்கம் பறந்து ஓடிவிடும். அதனால் நான் தான் சிங்கத்தை விட பலமானவன் என ஒட்டகச்சிவிங்கி சொல்லி முடிக்குது. அந்த நேரத்தில் பக்கத்தில் இருந்த ஒரு ஆற்றில் இருந்து முதலை வெளியிலே வந்து, நானும் தான் பலமானவன், என்னையும் சிங்கம் தாக்கவே முடியாது. நான் தான் சிங்கத்தின் காலை கப்பி பிடித்தால் என்னிடமிருந்து சிங்கம் தப்பிக்கவே முடியாது. எனவே நானும் பலமானவன் என இந்த போட்டியிலே அதுவும் கலந்து கொண்டது. இந்த எல்லா விலங்குகளும் பேசிக் கொண்டிருந்ததை அமைதியாக கேட்டுக்கொண்டிருந்த யானை வந்து சொல்ல ஆரம்பிக்குது, உங்க எல்லார விடவும் என்னுடைய எடையும் சரி, உயரமும் சரி, வீரமும் சரி மிக அதிகம். என் தும்பிக்கையை கொண்டே நான் ஓங்கி சிங்கத்தை அடித்தால் சிங்கம் சுருண்டு விழுந்துவிடும். அதனால இந்த காட்டிலே மிக மிக பலமானவன் என்றால் அது நான் தான் என சொல்லி யானை முடிக்கிறது. இதை கேட்ட குரங்கு சொல்லுது, இத்தனை பேர் சிங்கத்தை விட பலமானவர்கள் இந்த காட்டிலே இருந்தாலும் இந்த காட்டிற்கு ராஜாவாக சிங்கம் இருப்பதற்கான முக்கியமான காரணம் அது பயந்ததே கிடையாது. அதற்கு பயம்னா என்னன்னே தெரியாது. அதனால் தான் அது காட்டிற்கு ராஜாவாக இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லி முடிச்சது. அப்போ எதுவாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, நாம பலம் வாய்ந்தவர்கள் எல்லோரும் சேர்ந்து சிங்கத்தை தாக்கி சிங்கத்தின் கதையை முடிக்க வேண்டும். இல்லை என்றால் சிங்கத்தை பயமுறுத்தி இங்கே இருந்து ஓடவிட வேண்டும் என எல்லா விலங்குகளும் சேர்ந்து திட்டம் தீட்டின. திட்டமிட்டபடி நரி சிங்கத்திடம் சென்று, சிங்கராஜா, நம் காட்டில் உள்ள மிருகங்கள் அனைத்தும் உங்களை பார்க்க சேர்ந்து வந்துள்ளன, ஏன் என்று தெரியவில்லை, வாங்க என கூப்பிடுது. அதற்கு நரியை நம்பி சிங்கமும் எல்லா மிருகங்களும் இருக்கக்கூடிய இடத்திற்கு வருது. அப்போ அங்கே நின்று கொண்டிருந்த ஒட்டகச்சிவிங்கி சிங்கத்தை எட்டி உதைக்குது. சிங்கத்திற்கு ஒண்ணுமே புரியல, என்ன நடக்குது இங்கன்னு சிந்திப்பதற்குள்ளேயே பறந்து போய் தூரமா விழுது. அப்போ அந்த இடத்துல இருந்த காண்டாமிருகம் அதோடைய கொம்பினால் சிங்கத்தை குத்தி தூக்கி வீசுது. அப்போ அந்த சிங்கம் பக்கத்திலே இருந்த ஒரு ஆற்றில் போயிட்டு விழுது. அந்த ஆற்றில் விழுந்த சிங்கம் தட்டு தடுமாறி எழுந்து நிற்கிறது. அப்போ அந்த ஆற்றில் இருந்த முதலை ஓடி வந்து சிங்கத்தோடைய காலை கப்பி பிடிச்சுக்குது. ரொம்ப நேரம் போராடி சிங்கம் முதலை கிட்ட இருந்து தப்பித்து வெளியே வருது. அப்போ அங்க இருந்த நீர் யானை தன்னுடைய வாயை பிளந்து கொண்டு சிங்கத்தை கடிக்க வேகமா ஓடி வருது. நூல் இழையில் தப்பிக்கிறது சிங்கம். அப்போ அங்கே இருந்த யானை தன்னுடைய தும்பிக்கையால் சிங்கத்தை பிடித்து தூக்கி வீசுகிறது. கீழே விழுந்த அந்த சிங்கத்தை புலி ஓடி போய் தாக்குகிறது. இது எல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு இருந்த அந்த குரங்கு கூட்டங்கள் சிங்கத்தோடைய நிலையை பார்த்து ஏளனமாக சிரிக்க ஆரம்பிக்குதுங்க. அப்போதான் சிங்கத்திற்கு புரிய வருது, எல்லா மிருகங்களும் தம்மை தாக்கிட்டு அழிக்க நினைக்குதுன்னு. பிறகுதான் சிங்கம் தன்னுடைய முழு பலத்தையும் பயன்படுத்தி ஒரு மிருகங்கள் மிருகங்களாக தாக்கி வீசுது. அப்போ நீண்ட போராட்டத்திற்கு பிறகு ஒரு விலங்குகளாக கீழே விட ஆரம்பிக்கிறது. நீண்ட போராட்டத்திற்கு பிறகு எல்லா விலங்குகளையும் தரையிலே தூக்கி எறிந்துவிட்டு இரவு நேரத்திலே தன்னந்தனியாக சிங்கம் நின்று எல்லா விலங்குகளையும் ஒரு பார்வை பார்த்துவிட்டு அதிகமான இரத்த காயங்களுடன் தன்னுடைய குகையை நோக்கி சென்றது. காலை வெடிந்ததும் எல்லா மிருகங்களும் பேசிக்கொள்கின்றன. நேற்றிரவு நடந்த சண்டையினால் கண்டிப்பாக சிங்கத்துக்கு அதிகப்படியான இரத்த காயங்கள் ஏற்பட்டதால் ஒன்று குகையிலேயே அதன் கதை முடிந்துவிடும், இல்லை என்றால் அது அந்த இரத்த காயங்களுடன் உடல் வலிமையற்று குகையை விட்டு இனி வெளியே வராது, வந்தாலும் நம்மை பார்த்து அது பயந்துதான் ஓடும் என பேசிக்கொண்டிருந்தன. அப்போ அந்த சிங்கம் உடல் முழுவதும் இரத்த காயங்களோட அதே கம்பீர நடையோட மீண்டும் எல்லா மிருகங்களும் தம்மை வந்து தாக்கும் என்ற பயம் கொஞ்சம் கூட அந்த கண்களிலே இல்லாம, நான் யாரு, என்னுடைய பலம் என்னன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும், இப்போ நீங்களும் தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்கன்னு சொல்லும் விதமா குகையிலிருந்து வெளியில வந்து சிங்கம் எல்லா மிருகங்களையும் பார்த்து வேகமா கர்ஜிக்குது. அந்த கர்ஜித்த அந்த சத்தத்தை கேட்ட மற்ற விலங்குகள் எல்லாம் பயந்து ஒதுங்குது. அப்போதான் எல்லா விலங்குகளுக்கும் புரிய வந்தது என்னன்னா, இந்த சிங்கம் இந்த காட்டுக்கு ராஜாவா இருக்கிறதுக்கான காரணம் பயம் இல்லாமல் இருப்பதனாலோ இல்ல தன்னுடைய பலத்தாலோ இல்ல மற்ற விலங்குகளை தாக்கும் திறனாலோ இல்ல. எப்படிப்பட்ட பலம் வாய்ந்த மிருகங்கள் வந்தாலும் அந்த மிருகங்களை என்னால் தாக்க முடியும், எந்த சூழ்நிலையிலும் என்னால் முடியும் என சிங்கம் முழுமையான தன்னம்பிக்கையோடு இருப்பதே இந்த காட்டிற்கு சிங்கம் ராஜாவாக இருக்க காரணம் என எல்லா விலங்குகளுக்கும் புரிய வந்தது. இதனால் சிங்கத்தை பார்த்த எல்லா விலங்குகளும் பயந்து ஓடி போய் மறைந்து விட்டன. சிங்கம் எப்போதும் போல் அது அந்த காட்டிற்கு ராஜாவாக உலாவிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. இதே போலதான் உங்களுடைய வாழ்க்கையிலும் சிலர் நரி போல தந்திரம் செய்து நம்பிக்கை துரோகம் செய்வாங்க. அதே போல முதலை போல நம்மளுடைய கால்களை பல நேரம் வாரிவிட நினைப்பாங்க. இந்த கதையில் வரக்கூடிய மற்ற விலங்குகளைப் போலவே நம் வாழ்விலும் பலர் நம் மேல பொறாமை கொண்டு, நீ ஒன்றும் என்னை விட பெரிய ஆள் கிடையாது, நீ என்னை விட மட்டமானவன் தான் என சொல்லியே நம்முடைய நிலையிலிருந்து நம்மை எப்பயுமே கீழே இறக்கிதான் பேசுவாங்க. அதுபோலதான் நடந்தும் கொள்வாங்க. அதே போல பல பிரச்சனைகள் பல ஆபத்துக்கள் நமக்கு ஒன்று சேர்ந்து வரும். அப்போதும் நீங்க பல முறை போராடி பார்ப்பீங்க. போராடினாலும் தோல்வியால தடுமாறுவீங்க. பல நேரங்களில் விடாமுயற்சியுடனும் இருப்பீங்க. அந்த நேரத்துல நீங்க தடுமாறும் போது இந்த குரங்கு கூட்டங்களை போல நம் வாழ்விலும் நம்மை பல பேர் ஏளனப்படுத்தி சிரிப்பதற்காகவே ஒரு கூட்டம் இருப்பாங்க, அவமானப்படுத்துவாங்க. அப்படிப்பட்ட சூழ்நிலையில் நீங்க இந்த சிங்கத்தை போல உங்க பலம் என்னன்னு உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், உங்களால எல்லாத்தையும் சமாளிக்க முடியும், எத்தகைய பிரச்சனையும் என்னால சரி செய்ய முடியும்னு நீங்க ஒரு முழு தன்னம்பிக்கையோட இருக்கணும். என்னால முடியும்ன்ற அந்த தன்னம்பிக்கையை இந்த சிங்கம் எப்படி இந்த காட்டிற்கு வெளிக்கொணர்ந்ததோ அதே போல உங்களுடைய அந்த பார்வையிலையும் நடத்தையிலையும் உடல் மொழியிலையும் பேச்சிலும் எப்பவுமே தன்னம்பிக்கையோட இவ்வுலகத்திற்கு உங்களை வெளிக்காட்டுங்க. எங்கேயோ ஒரு மூலையில உட்கார்ந்து பகல் கனவு கண்டு என்னால முடியும் சொல்வது கிடையாது தன்னம்பிக்கை. பல பிரச்சனைகள், தோல்விகள், ஆபத்துக்கள், அவமானங்கள், துரோகங்கள், ஏமாற்றங்கள் எல்லாவற்றையும் கடந்தும் என்னால முடியும்னு சொல்றதுதான் உண்மையான தன்னம்பிக்கை. இந்த சிங்கத்தை போலவே எப்போதும் நீங்க தன்னம்பிக்கையோடவே இருங்க. அப்பதான் உங்க வாழ்க்கையிலும் சரி, நீங்க இருக்கக்கூடிய இடத்திலும் சரி, நீங்க தான் எப்பயுமே ராஜா.
Okay, now quickly, can I request Chitra ma'am to translate the story in English?
Ma'am, I couldn't understand anything.
You wait. You need to have some patience.
Good morning to all. This was a very inspiring story. So I would like to translate this in English. There was a forest where the lion was the king and there were the other animals. The other animals did not able to accept lion as a king. So they were actually jealous. Why should lion be always king? So they all decided to attack the lion. And so they approached the lion. They took the lion to the place where the other animals were there, and they started attacking one after the other. It took time for the lion actually to understand that the others have decided to attack. Excuse me. Yes, sir. So all the animals started attacking, and the lion at one point of stage understood that it was an attack towards itself. So the lion started defending. It started attacking everybody. And at the end of the day, as it became dark, it hit all the other animals and walked back. The next day morning, all the other animals thought the lion will really be scared. So yesterday we all tried to attack. And they were all waiting for the action of the lion. What's going to happen? So the lion can no more boss over the entire forest. But to their surprise, they saw the lion came, and they understood at one stage that the courage of the lion is not actually to attack us. Its courage only is keeping all of us safe in this forest. So they learned that lesson from the courage of the lion. How you relate this to your life is, you have to lead life, face challenges like a lion. There will be challenges day in and day out. You have to remember the strength within you. Do not lose your courage. That's the message from the story. Thank you, children. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
When do we lose courage? When teachers humiliate us, or parents humiliate us, or friends bully us, right? In my school days, I have seen teachers used to scold, and especially boys used to always get a scolding. They nila yermu mad make like. I always, at least once in a day, I used to hear this from one or the other teacher or one or the other boy. Because my class, mostly boys are always naughty. In my class in those days, the boys were exceptionally naughty. So the teachers always used to be traditional branded scolding. Like that is how they scold. They used to scold. Okay. And one stage, there are two students who lost interest in life to study, believed, because they are all adults, right? Believed their teachers that they are correct. I am not fit for studies. I cannot study. They dropped out after 10th class. I always tell the teachers, never do this mistake of judging your students' future. You are nobody. We can't judge what the child is to become or going to become. We can always support the child to get this excellent support system from us and to become something useful for the society and country. Right? And one aspect from the parent side, you can always correct the action of your child. Never get into the personal. Just because they're born from you, you do not have any right to comment on their very personal aspects. Like one of my friends, very close friends, their father used to scold. Yet he was naughty. Of course, children are naughty at that age. If they are not naughty, something abnormal. Like our psychology sir, Dr. Mohan, people like him should treat otherwise. Okay, so his father used to scold, "Nee orange poidu," like that he used to scold. I am nobody to judge, but that boy did not live for a long. Whatever you call it, as a curse from parents or the fate or whatever you call it. right? When you use words to scold your children, let that only be meant for their action. Do not decide their fate, or do not speak on their life or anything of that sort. It is only our inability that we yell at them. Sometimes my youngest daughter used to say, "Are you carrying your work pressure to me? You can talk to me normally, no?" That's how she used to ask whenever I raise my voice. And then I realized, okay, did I do that? Sometimes I don't realize. I asked my elder daughter, did I do that? She says, a bit. Then I correct myself. We are all adults. We did not get the proper role model parents. Even my father, my mother, when they come out from the office, if we do something very mischievously, we get tightly one slap. We all are, in our generation, we all probably grown in this atmosphere with such parents, right? So that we cannot afford to do it with our children. Our children should not lose confidence because we do not have confidence on them. We have no right to make them lose confidence. Also, please never ever say, if you do not clear 10th class, that's all, life is over. If you do not clear 12th class, that's all, life is over. If you do not clear your degree, that's all, life is over. Life is never over. Life is always there. Bright life is always there. Yes, we can always say you are not taking responsibility on your academics. If you do not clear your 10th class, you are wasting one more precious year of your life. How different it is. There is one cartoon which affected me a lot. Same situation, a beggar was begging in the bus stop. One mother was showing it to the child and told, hey, if you do not study properly, you will become like a beggar. Okay. The same situation, the other parent is telling her child, hey, if you study well, you can support these people and give them some job and opportunity in life. So study well. Which one do you think the child takes it positively?
Second mother. Second mom. Guided
So, when parents scolding children, use the appropriate word. That is our request, because teachers and parents play a major role in child's growth, especially in their emotional growth. Right? Students. Now, Shanmuga Priya madam is going to share a Google form. Fill it up and then send. Right? Don't judge our career. Nobody judges your career. Everybody try to give you their views, my dear child. Take the views. You have still more time to decide what to do in life. Do not be in a hurry to say, I will only become this, I will not become this. No, never say that. Never say that. What you do not want to become, maybe you will become the great person in that. You never know. Life is so full of surprise. Right? Shanmuga Priya madam, share the Google form so our beloved students can fill it up and send. Meanwhile, until next session in the next month, my dear students, think what is your strength. We are going to discuss about our strength in our next session, right? So, thank you so much. And we have one session from the doctors of MEOT about well-beings. That is 1 hour session. I request the teachers and parents to join along with the students to join at 11:30. Watch that program, right? That is very much required during this pandemic situation. It is an awareness program. Please watch it. I hope this session was useful. Fill the Google form. Thank you so much. It is mandatory for all the students who wishes to fill the Google form, right? Thank you. Good day, children. Take care.